Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you have a wonderful day. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you with a post that I saw in the social media. The post goes, share a personal achievement from this year that you're mostly proud of. For me, the fact that I've actually started my journey in this YouTube channel is one of them. The fact that I'm trying to be consistent and showing you guys the process and the process of me achieving from where I am at the moment in order to achieve fire. My the fact that I've hit 50% mark on our investment account, that is my huge achievement. The fact that managed to save roughly about $500,000 in our investment account alone, that is a huge achievement this 2024. Never thought in my life that I would be in that position where I was able to control roughly $500,000 of net asset. I was a bit wow. That's all I can say. I came out. I did. I think my wife and I sat down and we looked at it. It took us about 4 to 5 years or so. Between about 4 to 5 years, went from zero to where we are now, but with a lot of intention. I remember throughout Christmas, about 4 to 5 years ago, we were earning roughly about $100 a day or so while we were driving, while we were on a holiday. And then from there, I actually got hooked. The fact that this is potentially able to give us a lot of income. But the rule of thumb of being consistent at the same time. For the month where I am at the moment, this is being recorded in December, and realizing that at a certain point, this will probably going to take will create more income compared to our current role or current jobs. So that's got me really excited. That's my biggest achievement. We hit 50% out of $1 million. The fact that I can see that this is probably going to be our nest egg, our retirement account in a sense. I can see that this probably like the retirement can be achievable instead of relying on government or handout from any other sources. So the idea of this is like I'm doing my personal journey as well and sharing it with you guys. So that's my personal achievement that I found this year in 2024 that I'm really proud of. And hopefully I can grow this channel, create a community with anyone out there who's going through the same process or trying to achieve the same process, and we can share our wins and our ups and downs as well. And that's the idea of this channel. So now, on the other hand, I just read some of the comment based on this question. Some of them is kind of interesting. So I'm going to read out probably all of them because there's only about 26 of it. So I'm going to read out some of them anyway. I stuck to my budget and become debt free. I remember that feeling when I had to go through my budget, when I had to go through every week, just going and going out, hustle every week, get paid, and just paid my bill, paid my debt, pay my debt, pay my debt. I remember what that felt like, and I have gone through that. If you are it's still new, if you're still in that process, keep on going and don't give up on it. Depending how big is your debt, some of them can get achievable in a short period of time, and some of them can get really long. My longest debt was, I think, like a few years before I become zero. Next one is took my family trip abroad. Now that is quite for me. That is one of, I guess, our more like bucket list. Let's say where I don't have to worry about going overseas, where my income going to be, and it doesn't hit us financially a lot if we take our family members overseas, because Australia is a bit far from everywhere, and everything that we touch is in here. And a family of four, just the tickets alone to go overseas can get really hefty. got a well-paying job, well, good for you. What I don't like about paying job is the fact that at a certain point you probably end up realizing goes, oh yeah, this is dull moment, and then realizing that goes, oh, I'm in that rut, and then we want to go find another job because this is not going anywhere. The next one is no debt and hit net worth goal of $50,000 at the age of 27, hoping to get $100,000 next year. At 27, already saving at $50,000. That's pretty good. Quit my good job. Well, that's kind of interesting. The fact that somebody quit their job, a good job, whatever that is. But yeah, I found that very fascinating. I wonder why that is. The next one is to be left. I left a toxic work environment. It was great for my mental health. That is a little bit deep because, but at the same time, yeah, sometimes the work environment can be toxic, and if you need to do what you need to do, then yeah, definitely a good idea to get out of there. I got promoted, got a raise, went a long-awaited family trip. Overall, it's been a really good year. I love the positivity on this particular person. Paid off personal loan. That hit me a little bit deep because I remember when I had a personal loan, what it feels like, or when I have a credit card debt, what it feels like. I started working out consistently and lost a few pounds. Okay, so I suppose working out is very important for this particular person. Another one would be seeing my investment paying off. I started to see that when I see, I guess, dividends, or when I see that our net worth is actually growing. I remember my first payment of dividends, it was only just 5 cents, and realizing as wow, this is somebody just transferred money to our account for no particular reason. I was quite amazed the fact that it actually got 5 cents. But it works out to be it's actually dividends. But now realizing the dividends can get a lot higher, and I can see the potential of this, I guess, this thing, investing, working out. I am all steam ahead for 2025, let's say. The market went up. The market did went up overall throughout the entire year. Looking at our portfolio alone, it's been up for roughly about $10,000 per month average. I was quite amazed in that. I was not expecting that. We're looking at expectation only increase roughly about 50,000 per year, from let's say 400 to 450 or so. That gives me about 40, let's say a 10% return. But and then I forgot that I haven't into counting the dividends, let's say, and as well as that I haven't counting the fact that I'm going to put more capital. But because of that, our I guess our profit has gone up roughly about about 100,000 this year, because the market has been going up dramatically. Another one, having my family around me. Without family support, or what I have with my kids and my wife, I would not know how this would go around. So yeah. Another one is start a budget and a solid emergency fund, and it's greatly improved my finance. That's so true. When I started my budget, it was a little bit all over the shop, but realizing, after you write it down, where your money going and where it's been, like where all of the transaction, it opened up my eyes a lot in terms of like how can I improve this? How can I make this better every single month? But yeah, that budgeting, I guess, it sounds boring, but it is one of the fundamentals when it comes to personal finance. A fully funded retirement, and budget I bought a cottage with cash. Kind of wish I can do that. Just buy a cottage somewhere in cash. But at this stage, I'm not in that level. However, some days maybe that could be the options that we can do. At the moment, we're just trying to achieve fire first and see how we go. I mean, good on you, the fact that you can buy her cottage in cash. The powerful side of that is unbelievable if you can pay something in cash. What else is it? I doubled my retirement contribution compared to last year. Yeah, retirement fund. I guess in some countries, for example, in the US, is 401k. In Australia, it's superannuation. It is for us, as much as I believe, I sort of like in sort of like 50-50 on this retirement fund, because the only downside about retirement is you can't touch your money until you hit at a certain age. In this instance, is roughly about 65 years old in Australia. But if I were to tie up my money, all of them in there, I would not be able to access them. Hence why we don't really invest a lot in terms of retirement fund, but I still do contribute with my superannuation or retirement fund. So it's more like a World War, like Plan Z. It's like the last resort for us if we don't make it throughout our journey towards this fire journey. Did a full home renovation. Man, I cannot fathom the amount of repair that I have to do in this property. It is non-stop, consistent, one after another after another. I know that feeling. What is it? The double our emergency double our emergency fund and invest in the stock market. We went the opposite. So we had enough in our emergency fund. We actually went down with our emergency fund, and actually goes up. We're in building to it right now, because of the renovation that is taking a hit. Never knew how many, again, how much a property can cost in terms of maintenance. Haven't done it for a while and haven't done it before, compared to living in an apartment. But yeah, that's I would say that would be a like sort of the game changer when you're able to figure out what is your emergency fund and you keep on putting money in there and just focus on that. Once you do that, you can get to the next step, which is opening up I guess investment account. We did a similar style or so. We did both. So we ended up going to the process of, okay, a certain portion of an income goes to emergency, a certain portion goes to I guess investing side of it. Pay off a credit card, that is like that's to me. I remember that feeling. That is like really a big highlight for me, paying off a credit card, because there is nothing worse when you actually in debt with a credit card, because the credit card debt, it does not give you any income at all. It actually slow you down in order for you to go ahead financially, let's say. Unfortunately, though, I do hold those credit card companies brand, because they do make a lot of profit. I'd rather earn an income from them instead of paying an income. Like I'd rather earn interest instead of paying interest to them. Another one is, where is it? Okay, this one's kind of interesting because I felt the same way when I was living in Sydney. Despite living in the most expensive island in the world, Manhattan, I managed to save $80,000 in 6 months towards my first multifamily home. I feel like the big city mentality, it is a lot more harder because they've got a lot more frequency of marketing out there. You've got all of these brands trying to sell you stuff. You've got all of this fancy restaurant, fancy cars, fancy, I guess, outgoing. You can't get ahead because everyone else trying to outdo each other. And I felt the same way when I was in Sydney. And then realizing, guys, we don't need to be here. And that was the reason why we decided to move here in Brisbane. Um, Another one would be becoming debt free. That to me is like, wow. Yeah, it's sort of a pat in the back. One of our friends is actually doing that at the moment, and they're well, he's becoming debt free after 8 years solid of just go to work, pay off debt, go to work, pay off debt. And the fact that at the moment alone, he shared, all of these pictures to us, to me especially, is like, wow, man, that comes a long way. 8 years ago, you were just working and working and working and not even considering having any vacation. Yet here you are this year. I think he did about 3 or 4 different domestic holiday, miniature holiday, they say, where it's like a weekend getaway or a few days off or so and just go out somewhere. That has come a long way over the course of 8 years. In fact, now he's actually got enough emergency fund and started investing. And I'm just amazed on the steps, the process that he went through in order for him to achieve to where he's at. But yeah, I remember that feeling of becoming a debt free. It is a relief when you don't have any other payment. It is a relief when you don't have any every month or so an envelope or a notification saying, "Hey, you've got this amount to pay." It is the best feeling when you don't have any debt at all. So a credit card, there's no way I will ever open it again in my life. So you notice, like, based on this post, the personal achievement of this year, they're all having similar theme over and over again. One of them would be paying off debt, paying off credit card, have a fully funded emergency fund, start investing, and budgeting. Those are sort of the main fundamentals of it. So it doesn't matter where you are at currently, but if you don't have the fundamental correctly, you probably won't be able to achieve, I guess, the journey towards fire. It is hard to get there. It is time consuming. Sometimes I do want to give up, but at the same time, the reward when you actually got there, it is unbelievable. You'd be amazed what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. At the same time, you'd be amazed the feeling, the yeah, the I guess the celebration feeling that I get when I get hit a certain milestone. So at the moment alone, we're in December, and I can see at the already that I can see that this might be getting higher and higher by the end of 2025 or so. But yeah, I think that's just my 2 cents based on this post, guys. Based on sharing, I guess, the personal achievement that most proud of this year in 2024. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, guys, and I will see you on the next video.